The 600,000 people that had $200 million stole from them, it was the average punter, in and out, messy, this, that. It wasn't the ones that were clear cut that hey, my interest is fucking $2,400 a month. It was the very messy ones. I've not seen any clean ones. And the clean ones comment on my social media, oh, it's up to you to check your accounts. It's not. You paid a fucking service. You paid a fee. You paid a licensed expert to give you a product that doesn't fucking work.
Welcome to part 2 with Graeme Holm, where he exposes the banking system's darkest secrets and completely reconstructs how you think about building wealth.
It's like a cartel. You've got these 4 big banks, and then you've got subsidiary banks that are owned by the big banks, and then you've got non-lenders that are owned by really, who owns all this shit? At the bottom of the pyramid, it's all owned at the top. Why am I going to America? These motherfuckers come and said, hey, Australia, we're coming to save you. 40-year mortgages. Fuck you. Instead of borrowing 500 and paying back 1.1, you want me to borrow 500 and pay back 1.4? Trump said the same thing. We'll do a 40, 50-year mortgage. That's generational debt, you fucking asshole. So that's why I'm going to America right now. I've got such scale in Australia. They want to come fuck with us. I'll come fuck with you. You've got to stand for something. And for me, that is that bullshit. They are all doing shit that is just criminal. Farmers. Remember the big period where farmers were getting all their properties repossessed and they wouldn't lend to them? They wouldn't allow them to refinance. And then all those farms got sold offshore and we lost control of a lot of our own resources and assets. And that's fucked. Isn't the number one thing that we should do as an ethical, moral, responsible banking community protect our own country's assets like other countries do? And resources, not foreclose, destroy them and fucking ship them offshore to the cheapest bidder? Come on. And I called this out on podcast. There is an agenda to break the construction sector in Australia, to break the housing industry, choke supply, continue to let people in and have too many people and not enough houses. And guess what the outside of that is?
All right, well, we're back on board. We've just had a little bite to eat and a bit of a brainstorm, and I'm feeling super buzzed. I don't know about you guys, but we've been able to come up with what we're going to do for the giveaway. So we've now...
It's kind of a sick breed of human that gets a bit like aroused about giving money away. You're a sicko, Dan. I love it. You're my kind of sicko.
You got me started. I'm like, we're going to have to double this again.
He's losing it. He's got
I'm with my people.
Yeah, I'm with my
people.
You got a giving arousal.
Yeah. I'm with my people.
All right, rip in, Dan. What are we doing? All right, so we're no longer doing $6,000. We're going to increase the cash giveaway.
Yeah, we'll make it 10.
That's thanks to G, by the way.
10 grand.
Plus 10 UPW.
12.
Which is 12.
So we'll give 10 grand.
10 grand.
5 to a male, 5 to a female.
Yep.
And they'll each get tickets to UPW Digital,
which is Tony Robbins, yep.
And we'll do another 10,
and
so 12 people can win something.
Which is bloody awesome. And the idea is it's the cash contributions for anyone we're increasing the age bracket from 30 years below so that they can help pay down any existing debts, like G says, credit cards, HEX debts, car repayments, or even if it's a couple of weeks worth of rent.
Pay for a license.
Whatever. And pay for a license for real estate, suit.
Broker ticket, real estate license, financial planning degree, fucking driver's license to get to your job, blue card for your trade work, whatever, tools for your business,
a flight to come see Joshy.
Or if you don't have any debt, go take your mum away for the weekend or something. That's kind.
Nice. Yeah. I like that.
Spend it how you will.
Yeah.
So how to be enrolled in this event is essentially we want you posting on social media a post and a Instagram story. You have to tag myself, Josh Morrissey, Kevin Buchanan, Graeme Holm, plus Both Sides Podcast, plus Infinity Finance. Myself being Daniel Beardle, by the way. And then, so what we want you to be sharing on that is we want you to share where you're currently positioned in life and what your goals are moving forward and what you're going to do to get there. Super simple. Where you are now, what you want to achieve, and what you're going to do to get there.
And how is Tickets to Digital Tony Robbins UPW going to help you unleash your power within and get from where you are today in that video to where you want to be? How is the $5,000 going to help you and Tickets to UPW to be your best you?
I love this.
How are you going to get there, and what will this maybe go? $5,000 doesn't fucking help. Whatever, give it to your fucking mother. But if it helps, what are you going to use it to overcome? How's it going to help you get closer to where you want to be the human being you want to be?
And then we're going to follow you up in 12 months.
Yeah. Like, where are they now?
Yes. We're going to keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you do something outrageously well and successful in that 12 months, then we'll do something outrageously cool for you.
Yep. We'll match the energy.
We got to go to Necker Island.
So,
I'm saying nothing.
so $5,000 a ticket each for each winner, male and female, and then another 10 tickets.
Yep.
So there'll be 12 winners all up. All right.
It's awesome.
Done.
Done.
Let's go.
Anything else to add to that?
No, I think that's it.
We'll put it in the show notes. We'll put it on socials, all the tags, video, story, reel, whatever.
Yep.
Instagram or Facebook, 2 methods. Can't be on private or no one can see it. We can't reshare it. We need to you tag us so we can reshare it so people know it's a real, genuine entry.
We want to see you grow. So
Yeah.
let us help you.
Let's fucking
All right. Let's rip into the app.
Done.
Go.
First question for you, G. You've built this amazing cult-like following with your business and community. How did you actually foster that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I laugh because our own community says it's like a cult, and it makes me like, ugh. But then when you actually look at the definition of cult, it's like this unwavering belief and passion. And cult comes from culture, right? Like cults in culture. But I think the old saying, shit rolls downhill in anything in life, politics, religion, business. It starts at the top and obviously ends at the bottom. It's not, we say, oh, you got to this, that, the other. Whatever is led from the front, people either believe or they don't. And I think that Beck and I are just people know, like I sort of roll around the hat and the T-shirt and I say exactly what I think and it's supported by data. Otherwise, I don't fucking say it. If it's not supported by some metric that I can prove, like go give you 40 new podcasts this month with people that are debt-free on their home loan. Cool. Somebody else might have 3 clients. I can go get you 400, right? 1,000. So it always starts at the top and rolls downhill. Whatever you do from the front, people will either embrace and follow or they will not. How do you get to a point where I've got clients flying in from Western Australia for a one-night party this weekend at their own cost? How do you create that culture that's cost them thousands of dollars in hotels and flights to be part of something bigger? When you realize that everybody just wants to feel a part of something and you actually give a fuck and you want people to be part of something greater and bigger than yourself, that's when the needle changes. I'm not giving a $2 scratchy in a Christmas card or a CRM automated fucking email saying, is it time to sell? Have you got an appraisal lately? That's not fucking anything new or outlandish. They are monotonous, basic functions of a sales or a service-driven business. Have you heard the story of the Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah.
Heard the story of the Ritz-Carlton?
That's why they've spent $5,000 on flowers with one. Yeah.
Bingo. So we're talking about off air. So Ritz-Carlton actually became a powerhouse of a brand, and I can't remember the exact thing, 5,000, 2,000. So Ritz-Carlton employees have the ability to spend up to $2,000 or $5,000 without question, even if they're in housekeeping, the janitor, no matter what. And it built a global phenomenon and a brand. And it was, people come here and pay a premium because they expect a level of service. So that can be down to a gentleman left his laptop in the hotel. Housekeeper went and paid for a courier or a limo and personally drove to the airport in the Uber or limo and then personally went and delivered it to the person and got themselves a cab back or FedExed it or whatever. So someone's suit didn't arrive. They called a tailor in. They brought this thing blew this brand up. So not realizing I was copying that because I didn't know the story, but my team in our coaching world, once you become a client and we structure the loan and that, our service actually only really begins there where every other broker's service ends there. Yeah? They end, the loan's done, it's settled. Do you need me to change your repayment or debit? We're full-time financial coaches. You think about when you go to the gym to get guns or shoulders or to be... you don't go in, exercise and eat whatever the fuck you want. Your good trainer will say, what's for lunch today, Josh? Have you got enough protein? Hey, you on a bit... Like a good trainer... The service and the coaching is actually ongoing and never ending because we all need someone to be held to account. So our financial coaches, our budgeting guys and girls, they have no budget for any client gifts. I don't care if I lose money per year for that customer's business. Some staff send clients wedding anniversary, floral arrangements and food and wine hampers, cheese hampers. Sometimes they send a birthday for each of them. Somebody passes away, we send floral arrangements or hampers or donate to a cause or the cancer council, etc. We don't share that publicly. It's in our private closed community groups on school and Facebook. No one knows it unless you're a client because no one needs to know it because if you're not a client, it's none of your fucking business. But when you take away profit and operate a people first, profits last business, watch how profitable your business becomes and watch the culture that you create. Can you imagine when your client's going through a rough time? A lady, I won't name her this week, was made redundant from her job. And we sent hampers and gifts and flowers knowing she's going through a tough time while she tries to engineer a new role. But just that little act of kindness, she's posted in the group, she shared it and go, isn't it nice to have someone in your fucking corner? I'm super stressed over this redundancy. And these are people that their partners probably don't even buy flowers for them. We're probably guilty of that, right, boys? Like, we should probably buy more flowers. So it's these little gestures that go a long way. There is literally no budget for kindness in our business. I don't care. Now, maybe if somebody spent 25 grand on one client for fucking gifts in a year, you'd be like, is this your fucking brother or sister? You know, like, but we don't worry about that here because our team would never do that. We call it, not by me, and it's weird and it's creepy, they call it the infinity family. You're in or you're out. You're somebody in the community social construct or you're part of this community. Hence, we raised $1 million in 3 weeks over. So, yeah, it's fucking cool to give, man. The more you give, the more you get. Some people talk shit, other people do. We do.
Did Infinity have to get to a certain level of success, G, to start being able to give at that level? Or were you always just giving and have that flexibility of giving even as you were growing the business?
Yeah, we're always giving a bit. Like we did like client days and stuff. So like we started back in the day in Port Macquarie, we put on a big client day and have a good restaurant come in and cater and prizes. And now the prizes back then, we went to Officeworks and they had like $299 flat screen TVs that were really big, and we got 3. You know, obviously the scale varies, but the intention never varied. And that's, you can meet someone and go, oh, this guy's a bit of a fucking weird fart. I don't like this fucking Graham guy. He's fast Eddie. But if you peel it back and someone's intentions are pure and the human is good, the intention is the outcome. How do I want to see somebody win? I want to give away some prizes. I want them to meet other people that are like-minded in our community. So the intention equals the outcome. If your intention's pure, the outcome will be pure and positive. If the intention's shit, the outcome will be shit.
Would you say that service-based businesses like, big real estate audience, broker audience, would that be, can you give the audience some examples of, say, if you're a director, you own a business like myself?
Yep.
You know, we're really big with this, you know, with the cultural, the internal stuff. We fly, you know, we go overseas trips with the staff, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of clients, you know, for the guys listening, how can they start to cultivate that? You know, you're going to your buyers, your sellers, your database. Like, what are some practical steps that the listeners can say, okay, well, actually, I want to start cultivating this community? Because a lot of these times, too, you might have, you know, an agent who's doing $1 million, a couple of mil, 500. They're servicing a suburb. So that's technically their community. They might not be the business owner, but they're still trying to cultivate that. So how could somebody, say, an agent who's been in the industry a couple of years, is really trying to build that to someone like yourself that owns a business that's got, you know, 100 plus staff? How can they do that?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And again, I'll go back to the intention. If the intention is one, to cultivate your database, say, right, like an agent, buyer's agent, broker, et cetera, service-based, any service-based industry, is the intention to cultivate the database just because you want more business? So you're going to do something that you're looking for reciprocity, you're looking for something in return? Or is it an egocentric decision, like I just want more business? Or is it, of course you want more business, that's organic for a service-based business. But what is my intention besides more business? Is it to see that customer maximize the equity in their home or add an investment to the pool? Like, what's the outcome as well? And that's that intention.
Outcome.
Yeah.
Value outcome.
So there has to be a mutual value exchange, especially in a service-based business where it's really perceived, if we're in real estate, finance, it's perceived a bit grubby. The average consumer thinks, real estate's casa, whereas there are a lot of experts in the field that can add a lot of value and it can be a life-changing difference. So I'll give some examples of what I do in my community and how that could relate to, say, an agent or broker. I put on what's called a monthly accountability meeting. It's free. And if you're in my community, it's on Zoom and you tune in once a month, you get a private invitation with a passcode and you log in with thousands. Now, let's just say we're in the hills, like Kev, right? So, for example, you give that to your database and they get a private invitation and they can log in on this day and this time. And if they miss it, you give them the ability to watch a replay. It costs you just time and labor and you're doing a market update. Here's some examples of some homes that were X. They're now Y. You may not realise, he's gone for the pen. You may not realise that you could unlock equity right now, which could be life-changing wealth creation for your family. A lot of mums and dads are so busy, they don't know their home's gone up 200 grand. They haven't even thought about it. They're just struggling to make payments. Imagine the value add. Now, the intention here, obviously, is to cultivate your database. For me, my intention is just stay connected to my community because I run a subscription-based business. I actually charge a fee for that monthly service, for that ongoing connection to community. So I'd bring and I would pay a Dr. Andrew Wilson to be on that. And Dr. Andrew Wilson, and I'm just making up numbers, that might cost you $5,000, right, Josh? But you now have the chief economist of my housing market who's on the news every fucking night doing a full suburb profile and providing that PDF or PowerPoint to everybody that registered at the end of the session. That's impactful.
Gave me the best idea.
My intention is not just to cultivate the database then. The intention in that service-based business, I just got chills.
Same.
Because you just got your community engaged, educate, and guess what they do when they understand things?
Take action.
They act. So this is where people go, oh, Graeme sells a fucking course. Oh, no. Graeme educates and charges a fee, money back guaranteed. I do a free one too, by the way. It's free shit. Go do it. I get messages every day. I paid 60 grand off my loan from your free shit. You're a gun. Thank you. Sweet. I love that message. That's why I do it. My intention is to give more than any motherfucker on the planet. And guess what I receive back? More than most. So if you start thinking of that reciprocal benefit of how do I cultivate a service-based business database? I give more than anyone else on the planet for free. Now, let's go to the version of that most agents do. Letterbox drop, fridge magnet. Hey, we've got buyers in your fuck. Like, fuck, I'll go do some real estate coaching and make a fortune and retire. Like, it's actually not that hard, but we all are so focused in the way the industry's always been. The real movers and shakers are going to give more, receive more, and eventually have to do less for it. And it's just reciprocity. If you're giving me a monthly update with the head of X economist or this bank or that, and these people want to be out there for their brands giving value, and you're covering that cost and you're putting your resources into that presentation, you're doing that interview with a Doc Wilson or someone who's an expert, and then at the end they're getting this value pack full market update and listened to somebody cut through the bullshit about their catchment and suburb and giving them some values, etc., and even offering a free tool where they can get on the free tools and think what their homes were. Now you probably get some free appraisals out of it. Now you probably get some listings out of it. Shit, you might even sell them one of your listings and be able to sell their listing, and you just got two pieces of business out of it. Double bubble.
Give first, ask later.
Bingo. We're too quick to ask without giving. And when you give, you build trust, you build a relationship, and then you build a culture, and then you build a community. And now it's like a weird fucking cult, but I still pay tax, so I need to turn it into some fucked up thing that doesn't pay tax. But anyway, it's a success fee.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
For some context for these business owners, even though the intent wasn't exactly to get, you gave, do you think the giving was or has been the best marketing tool for Infinity?
It's the best. Without a doubt, it's the best. I had a lady last year, a current affair, did a story, and I said, I heard a current affair when I was walking to Cayman. I'm like, which way do you run? Isn't that what people like? Then I'm like, no, they do good news. They did a thing called us Australia's Best Boss on Beck and I, because Cayman were like, hey, these guys are our biggest contributor. And last year we raised like 200 or 250, right? And they were there filming us, putting things in the thing. So I think we had customers that seen that on YouTube or social media or on the news and looked our company up and became clients of ours and have done 3, 4, 5 transactions with us between last December and this December. That's wild. But I didn't go to Kmart wanting customers. I went to Kmart because of I received kindness as a kid. I want to reciprocate that. To see it like, my business actually isn't this whole strategic marketing plan. It's Graeme and Beck and Michael putting together of how can we genuinely improve someone's life? That's our changing life. How do we genuinely, authentically change someone's life financially? And now we do health. and wealth. And when you actually deeply give a fuck and you go to war for a customer, they'll go to war for you. Look at some of my socials posts. You've seen 400 or 500
They
people.
fight.
Experienced it firsthand.
It's an army.
One person will fart in the comments and 700 people will go into bat and go, well, I owe zero on my mortgage. But that doesn't come from any malicious point of view. They're so protective of what we've been able to do for them. And someone will be listening and go, I want that. Just from listening, they'll go, I want what Graham's done for those people. You all can actually build that with your clientele. Everyone listening can build that with their clientele. A plumber can build that with their clientele. If a plumber was smart or an electrician was smart, they'd actually come back and do something for free and ring up and book something and come and check the fucking gutters later for a fire hazard. They'd do something they would do something that's a value add because they give a shit about their customer that paid them once. Not everything has to have an immediate ROI.
People remember what you do, not what you say, right?
You got it.
That's powerful, man.
You start doing a monthly free Zoom to your community and you get the right people in that, and you'd also be fun and you notice everything I do is very fucking playful. Yeah. That's my own insecurities, just wanting to have fun with what I do. I don't take life too seriously. It's boring. A lot of people warm to me that way, go, this guy doesn't care if he offends anyone, but I can see that he actually cares. So then it becomes fun, and no one wants to talk about fucking money in Australia.
We want to hear truth, man.
Yeah,
people,
cut the shit.
Cut through. I think you nailed it when you said cut through.
Yeah, cut through the noise. You know? They want to know, what's going on in my market? Should I sell? Should I buy? I heard on the news it's fucked. My neighbour sold shit. Oh, this agent said this. Their opinions. We should sit from them and shit from them. They're like a backside, right? What do the experts say? And how can they help me, Bob and Mary, understand this data that doesn't make sense to me? And you can sit there once a month and do that for your community in your suburbs or catchments, and they will build so much respect, appreciation, and admiration. Even if you don't realize it, watch what happens in a couple of people say to me, oh, who's your competitor? I don't fucking have one.
Yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And my clients to make me be better every day.
Good.
No one else will catch me.
They're a good accountability system. I have that penny. I'll take G's.
Is that a Ferrari pen?
Yeah, what's this?
Yeah, it is. It was a gift. It's a Ferrari pen.
I was just like, hold on a minute.
Hey, you want to know a funny story?
Where's the
twist it down the bottom. When you ride in it, when you take the lid off, it'll ride in the same colour that Enzo used to ride in when he signed all his documents. Amethyst purple.
Oh, it's purple.
Yeah. That's the colour ink
that group here.
Is that the gift Ferrari give you when you buy a car from?
I don't know. No, it's actually from my wife. Beck gave me that. I love Ferrari. So just the culture, the history.
It's heavy
Can hang on to it. You're going to want it again, I reckon.
I'm going to need that. Yeah. Writes fast.
Yeah, it does. And it's red, so it goes even faster.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I think, and these are things that anyone that's been around my business, so you guys watch the journey, 2, 3, I've given and given and given to the nth degree, and just because I enjoy it. And it's easy to say when you've made your money, oh, that's easy for you to say you don't care about money. But you know what? Anyone who's actually made money, most people then don't care about it and they do give more.
Isn't that an oxymoron though, hey? That's success. You get to it and then realise, well, because money just makes you more of what you are.
100%.
So you sort of...
You're a flog, a rich flog.
Yeah.
You're a big flog.
Yeah, we just
right?
more resources.
Yeah. You got more resources to be floggish, grand flog. So it's an interesting one, but I think all service-based businesses could do much better. And that's why we wanted to go with a subscription model and charge fees for the expertise and to be part of a community and a culture to go, we want to charge a fee and these are the things we will give you in return for that fee. These are the expectations and deliverables.
What do you think, I spoke at a summit a couple of weeks ago, and it was an investor summit, but I was just there. My little part of that was just to get, talking about maximising the exit. How can you make the most, capitalise on your exit when you're selling? What do you need to do to a house? And I kind of used the opportunity to speak to having a couple of thousand people, whatever, in the room to just kind of call out the bullshit, because a lot of people get the runaround by agents, and I guess too, in business in general, and what you do so well is you just call it how it is. And agents seem to protect the bullshit.
Well, can I say just to that point without hijacking it, I call it as it is, and I get called out as bullshit, like offset accounts versus redraw. Yeah. And then the audit comes out. So you're right there, because people seem to be protective of the bullshit because that's what keeps the industry ticking along. Yeah.
And everyone wants to sit in the cocoon. And I found you know, I took the opportunity to just say, look, guys, this is what you hear, but this is actually what happens. This is the trickery. This is what you'll get told. And I said, and I just called a spade, and I went, fuck it, because this is the truth. And I've never had so much positive engagement from anything I've ever done professionally from that crowd, because they were like, mate, I got so much fucking value out of that.
But you know what you did?
I pulled the curtain back.
You gave.
I gave, you know.
It's back to giving.
And it was, it actually sat with me for about a week, and I went, holy fuck. You know, and the people that are, I guess, getting the most are just giving the most, but genuinely, you know. And I think too, there's probably, you know, so many sectors. You go finance, you know, all the different service-based businesses. Everybody protects the bullshit, you know.
And they don't believe anything else to be true or possible outside of that bullshit cocoon. That's the way it's always been done.
Yeah.
All right, Karen,
Thanks.
you fucking fossil.
Yeah.
Get out of the way
Yeah.
while I break your bullshit. Like,
But then who's got the people that have the community, the cults, the following? They're the ones walking the truth. So the ones like yourself, and there's others in the industry that are doing good things.
amazing people.
They're cutting through the shit.
Yeah.
And they're saying, guys, like, this is what it is. And it's like, power's in the proof. It's like, this is tried, this is proven, and that's where the followers come from.
Well, that's where you get momentum and scale.
Yeah, because it's facts.
Because then it capitulates. It's like a waterfall.
You can't make
it
it
just
up.
goes. You can't.
You know?
And then you'll get your consumer go to war for you, like you've seen on. So like they'll go to war because they know it's true. And guess what? When you don't know, you think that the person saying it is the idiot and full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Scam, wrought, wrong. What you said's not pulling the curtain back. You're a fuckwit. Offset accounts are great. Do you know how many videos there are of me on social media?
I think I saw one yesterday.
Yeah, offset accounts, right? And then no one said shit. And then about a month ago, all over the news, ASIC are investigating 8 banks right now, including several majors, for not linking offset accounts again, like ANZ didn't do for $200 million for 25 years and
Can we pull
overcharge
that
fees.
apart?
100% we
Let's-
can.
do you wanna
But just on that,
Yeah.
you did the right thing. You gave, you cut the shit, you pulled the curtain back. Those people loved you for it. The industry norm, the average, what I call grocery earner, that refuses to grow, that just stays in their lane and buys the groceries, pays the mortgage or rent at the end of the month, they hate you.
Fucking oath.
You're full of shit.
Yeah.
You're wrong. It's always been done this way. Didn't Einstein say that doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity? So we all need to grow the fuck up. So back to that point, I get hated for it. I've been saying for years, I worked in a bank for 10 years, right? Offset accounts are a gimmick. They were introduced because way back in our grandparents' era, all families, go back, think about mum and dad, nan and pop, they put all of their paycheck back in the day, the pay envelope. Everyone listen to this at home. They opened the pay envelope. They had an envelope for like groceries, bills, this, that. I remember Pop used to get a whack up the side of the head because he'd had a midi on the way home and the envelope was open. Now, you spent money on beer, whack, typical, you know. Oh, it was one pot or one midi, right? And then all that money went in an envelope to go to the bank, to go to the mortgage, because they got paid in cash back then, right, in the envelope. And then they had these envelopes in the briefcase that was bread, you know, groceries, bills. They put everything they earned at a loan, because they understood that interest was calculated daily and charged monthly. You can break the bank's contract by overpaying a loan because they legally can charge you less interest every day. Then they used a little bit of cash each week for the food, fuel, and fun and groceries. But
How did that
everyone's...
stop? Why did that? Why did
Well,
that
when
stop?
offset accounts got introduced, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they took away like line of credits or home equity line. They took away a lot of these products and buzzwords that actually worked. They grandfather products. I don't know if you've ever had this. You get a letter from the bank saying, hey, your whiz-bang fucking soupy humpty goopy loan effective on the 1st of January no longer has this feature. And it's now called the whiz-bang negative, not plus. And you're like, oh, that's called grandfathering a product. If a product doesn't serve the shareholders, they'll kill it. If our government needs more money, they will introduce a tax. Now let's go the other way. If a bank's profits are diminished, they will, the opposite of introducing a tax for them is remove a product. They'll create a new product based on their marketing and psychology of money and all of that to fuck you a different way with no lube. They don't even buy you a drink first. Think about it. Buy me a drink first. What's my name and number? So ANZ did that.
Yep.
It's very public. People can see it on my post or Google, and on yours. For mid-1990s to the mid-2020s, they didn't link offset accounts for over 600,000 families and overcharge fees for that and various other things. And it was over $200 million they've got to pay back. Do you know they're still not paid people back? Every day I get messages saying, thank you so much. And I'm the idiot in all the videos. People are duetting me. Why? Leverage. I'm a big brand in the industry for telling the truth.
Yep.
Everybody wants to say what I say is wrong. Okay, why do I have thousands of new clients a year that will go to war for me with a proven outcome because they're using contracted free unlimited redraw, not fake redraw? No, your redraw can't be taken off you. Watch all the comments on this section from the uneducated brokers. There are loan contracts and products with free unlimited redraw, and the redraw cannot be taken off you unless they write to you and change the product.
Yep.
That's a really important point, right? Offset, it's a bank account gimmick. Human beings are impulsive, yeah? So if we're impulsive and we spend what we have direct access to, if you've got an offset account, if it is even linked, you're going to spend everything in it. You're not offsetting shit. And you're probably going to use a credit card. Woo, get points. Magical fucking toaster. Hope it wipes my ass and rubs my feet and tucks me in at night. So there's so many gimmicks in every industry. We've got to cut through that shit better.
A big shout out to our main podcast sponsor that's made this podcast possible, view.com.au. For anyone over the Christmas period that wants to get a better understanding of what their property's worth, maybe you want to look about upsizing or downsizing your family home, or even search for your next investment, definitely look at view.com.au. Thank you for supporting us with this episode.
Is that product, unlimited redraw product, a you product with a bank directly?
No,
Like
there's
contracted
banks
product?
that have it. I talk about this honestly in my free
So that anyone
sessions.
can-
There's banks that have free unlimited redraw
Yeah.
that a customer can go and get off the shelf.
Yeah.
I've built products, we call it white label, because of my volume. I've got 2 major lenders and 2 non-major lenders. We're currently running 4 Infinity branded products that are the bank's money and a non-bank's money, branded as us, that has all these features. But you can get variations of what I've created yourself off the shelf. So Merry Christmas, yourself off the shelf, not elf off the shelf.
So ANZ got caught red-handed.
Yeah.
Did anything change? Were there any policies got put into place for this not
They
to
paid a
happen again?
$25 million fine.
No policies put into place, nothing to stop this from
Well,
happening again.
you tell me, because ASIC are currently investigating 8 lenders right now, as at November, December 2025, and several of the major lenders for not linking them again. If anyone goes to my social media and scrolls through all the ones we've done with you and looks at them, there are hundreds, sometimes thousands of comments on my posts going, this bank did it to me, this bank did it to me, this bank. One client, I've got the screenshots and messages, went in and they went, oh, sorry, we can see it's de-linked. They linked it on the spot. Next month, they went back and it was de-linked again.
Did they back pay?
Oh, if you fight.
Yeah.
You gotta
Is that
fight.
class action to back pay? Like if...
And then the class action, you don't want to be involved. You know what happens if there's a class action? Guess who gets all the money?
Lawyers.
The lawyers.
Yeah.
And they've got these deep pockets and these short little T-Rex hands that never reach their own pockets, just our pockets.
How's your mum and dad check? We were chatting about this off air, but how do they check if their accounts are linked? Because it's calculated daily.
So you'd have to run spreadsheets
Yeah.
on your loan account
Yep.
and your offset or all your offsets and go, my loan's $100 and I have $50 in offset. Therefore, my interest should be charged at 5 or 6% of $50, not $100. And then you've got to break it down daily. So it's like, fuck, hang on a minute. So I've got to go in and go, all right, let's just do the math here for a second. I'll use the calculator so it's perfect. Let's say mum and dad have a $500,000 mortgage and it's 6% per annum. It's $30,000 a year interest for mum and dad. Divide that by 365. Mum and dad are paying $82.19 interest every fucking day before they get out of bed. Wow. This is what society doesn't get taught. Let's say it's a 30-day month. They pay $2,465 a month in interest before they get out of bed. This is where Australians can win. So if they know they're meant to pay $82 a day in interest and $2,465 at the end of the month, and then that's without offset, right? You then halve that. Well, then they should halve that to $41 and $1,232. You see where I'm going?
Work out the difference.
Who's going to sit there
No one.
and calculate every single day for 28, 30, 31 days? Who's going to do it? Now, people go, it's on your fucking statement. You see it in the comments, uneducated person. I've seen it on statements that said they're saving and they haven't saved it. What do you think ANZ, how do you think ANZ got away with it from the 1990s to the mid-2020s? So you're telling me as well, but let's think about this for a second. I'm not alleging. The 600,000 people that had $200 million stole from them, they weren't a customer that had $1 million loan with $1 million offset, because the interest would be?
Zero.
So I'm just going to make a fairyland suggestion that if it was an algorithm that could target the person with two home loans that were $286,789 and another one for $300,000, and they had offset accounts that they lived in and out of it. Do you see where I'm going? It seemed to be those people that almost this imaginary algorithm knew that they would have no fucking clue to figure it out. Because it's very easy if you know that your interest is X every month, right? It was the average punter, in and out, messy, this, that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the ones that were clear cut that hey, my interest is fucking $2,400 a month. It was the very messy ones. I've not seen any clean ones. And the clean ones comment on my social going, oh, it's up to you to check your accounts. It's not. You paid a fucking service. You paid a fee. You paid a licensed expert to give you a product that doesn't fucking work.
That's crazy, eh?
And what happens? They get a slap on the wrist. If I did that, I'd be in jail and have no license. Banks, too big to break. Really good book, Banks Behaving Badly. Is it Adele Ferguson or something? There's some really good books out there about this. Really good books about it.
Are there any banks that are above board?
On paper, yes.
Look, I think it's... I got to be careful because they come and take my license off me for a while and then I can't use them and then they come back and say, no, we need you again. But fuck it, who cares? All right. They're all doing all sorts of fucking putrid shit, okay? Whether they say it's deliberate, indeliberate, technical error for 22 years, right? They're all doing this shit. It's like a cartel. Like you've got these 4 big banks, and then you've got subsidiary banks that are owned by the big banks, and then you've got non-lenders that are owned by like really, who owns all this shit? Like at the bottom of the pyramid, it's all owned at the top.
Like BlackRock, just...
Oh, fuck, don't get me started, motherfucker. Why am I going to America? These motherfuckers come and said, hey, Australia, we're coming to save you. 40-year mortgages. Fuck you. Instead of borrowing 500 and paying back 1.1, you want me to borrow 500 and pay back 1.4? Now, Trump said the same thing. We'll do a 40, 50-year mortgage. That's generational debt, you fucking asshole. So that's why I'm going to America right now. Because I've got such scale in Australia, but they want to come fuck with us, I'll come fuck with you.
Let's go, baby.
Let's fucking go, right? It's gonna be fun.
FTB, like, baby.
So FTB, next pod I'm gonna wear the FTB hat, right? But it's really important. Like you've got to stand for something. And for me, that is that bullshit. Like they are all doing shit that is just criminal. Now I'm not calling them criminals. I'm saying they are taking criminal. I mean, farmers. Remember the big period where farmers were getting all their properties repossessed and they wouldn't lend to them? They wouldn't allow them to refinance. And then all those farms got sold offshore. And we lost control of a lot of our own resources and assets. And that's fucked. Like, isn't the number one thing that we should do as an ethical, moral, responsible banking community protect our own country's assets like other countries do?
Resources, yeah.
And resources, not foreclose, destroy them and fucking ship them offshore to the cheapest bidder? Come on.
Would you say, the Stoic saying, and you've touched on a lot of Stoicism in what you're saying, but, like control the controllables, right? Is controlling the controllables for someone with a 30-year mortgage to say, link up with you guys and pay it down in 10? Like, in that process of people that have mortgages and they're in debt, what are their controllables and how can they maximise their position? And what does that look like? Paying it, if you can break that down for us.
Yeah, and I want to touch on something really important here because the natural default, even from my industry, is, just pay more. That is the most financially illiterate comment on the planet. And I want to break it down.
Yeah, can you?
Let's start with, yes, if you pay more, you will pay a loan off quicker. No shit, Sherlock. However, if interest is calculated daily and I just sit my money in a different list, this is the problem. People say just pay more. What if you put everything you earned in a loan and my interest is $82 a day? Is there a likelihood I could reduce it to $72 a day by just moving? Now, what if I owned all my cars in cash and I sold them and put them off my mortgage and had $100,000 redraw to invest and then went and got a car loan and a different structure? What if I had $32,000 across all of my kids' savings accounts, earning 3% because I thought that's what you do because mum and dad did. But my home loan's 6%.
You're 3 off.
I'm upside down 3% per annum.
Yeah.
These are the so the controllables. I know if I can help someone reduce their daily interest charge by $20 a day or $10 a day, that's $300 to $600 a month. That's $3,600 to $7,200 a year. You wouldn't kick it out of bed for farting. It's true. But people naturally say you got to pay more and the money's gone. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting control the controllables and get expert advice. I'm deep in this shit, right? That's why my portfolio is so big. I can pay debt down at a rapid rate by where I sit my cash flow.
Break that down.
So people have an investment property. They get rental income. They let it sit in a property manager's trust account all month. Interest is calculated
Daily.
You could receive weekly disbursements even if there's an administration fee. You could receive weekly rent disbursements and sit that rent in your home loan redraw. You could have just saved $5 or $10. At the end of the month, that's like an extra month's mortgage payment that's sat in your loan for 7 days, then 14 days, and it accrues. That's tax-free money you're making. It's a second income stream. I'm not paying extra payments. I'm cycling all the accessible funds in my world through one effective tax-free location because I don't get tax deductions on my home loan.
Before our first series, I didn't even know about, like, all you could see is everyone pushing offsets.
I know, you guys, it was funny. The first is you go like, whoa, and I'm like, this is fun, right?
Just about to change on my offset.
And that's still all I see.
Yeah.
If the everyday Australian is speaking to their broker or bank or whoever, how likely is it that
There's a 90+%. It's not a real stat, but I'll tell you, I know from when I get the messages from clients, there's an 85 to 90% chance you've been pushed offset. And that's nothing wrong with your broker. It's just that's what your broker knows.
Even at the highest level in the banks, I do.
The highest level.
The higher you go, they're more offset.
Highest
more cash.
level. Now, for an offset, let's be clear, an offset account, if technically operated correctly, linked the entire time and there's money in it, it will save you 100% of the interest. They're proven not to. We spend what's in there.
It's my problem.
It's an us problem.
Yeah.
We can't control it. Control. What I can control is if I give myself $500 a week to live or $1,000 a week to live and it runs out, I'll ask myself a question before I pull it out of my loan. If I sit it all in my loan, I'm less likely to touch it. There's a lot of psychology to it, but I just revert back to, and if anyone doubts it, watch 200-300 of my podcasts of people that are mortgage free that flip from offset to redraw. People paying loans off in 4 years, 7 years.
So what's that compound effect, because you're minimising that interest daily component, and then that compounds to that annual saving that then comes off the loan. So
Correct.
These guys that are doing it, what size debt did they have, if they're paying it off in 4, 5,
We've
6,
got people that have got 495 grand paid off in 5.5 years. I've got someone paid 322 in a couple of years.
And that's from that daily adjustment compound.
Daily adjustment, but also everything else I do, which without making it oh my God, Graeme, what's your business?
Yeah.
And just to give more value, the helicopter, and look, I've got a free webinar. People can go watch the free webinar. I explain it step by step. Even if you never do business with me, at the very beginning, I say, I'm going to pitch you at the end. How's that for fucking fair transparency? And before I pitch you, I'll tell you and you can log off. Why has my business grown so much? I gave. I was honest about my intention at the end. But hey, please, if you benefit from this, can you send me a DM later and tell me how much money you got off your mortgage? Because fuck the bank. I win either way. I could screenshot it, cross the name out and put it on socials. Yeah, right? So I'm still giving, right? But I tell you, hey, this is free. What do I get out of it? At the end, I'm going to pitch you to come and spend a weekend with me. I'm going to charge you some money with a money-back guarantee. Risk is on me. So, yeah, control the controllables, but you're going to be sold offset. What were you saying, sir, Josh, around the point of
the timeline. So just
timeline, the saving compounding,
timeline. Yeah.
So if you start to do that at compound interest, so you might save $10 a day, then you might save $10.88 a day. Just make an $11. That effect, give every dollar, move all your kids' savings into your redraw. You're earning your kids 6% by you not paying it, not 3% and paying tax on it and earning 1 or 2. So when you actually do, the compound effect is fucking astronomical.
And the more in there, the better.
The more in there, the better. Put it this way. If you have debt, you do not have savings.
Yeah,
If
remember you
I owe
said
the
that
bank
last time.
$500,000 and I have $50,000, I fucking don't. My net position is 450 grand.
So,
So that 50 grand can save me 6% per annum.
could I ask some live examples?
Yeah, go for it.
So, like we own a couple of like commercial buildings. We've got some redraws. We've got some offsets. We've got we've got bits and pieces happening. We've got a development company, so same again. We've got offsets and redraws. So I guess in terms like commercially, like say you've got just your standard mum and dad, your mortgage.
So mum and dad got the non-deductible bad nasty home loan. Yep.
And that's just simple.
Everything they have should focus on that.
So if you're commercially structured and you've got multiple shit going on and you're trying to offset everything, like should you be using redraws in that instance where like commercial buildings, for example, the two that we have, like long-term plays, obviously, like we've got cash offsetting those, right? Pretty much to neutral.
If you had a home loan
Yep.
and you were offsetting commercial debt, you're fucking mentally disturbed. Because you're offsetting tax deductible debt.
Yeah.
And your home is not deductible.
So our home's paid off.
Then
fortunately,
you're laughing. Congratulations.
Thanks. But with the commercial element, it's
so I'm going to jump in for a sec because it's really relevant. Say your rate's 6%. We're just making up a number again on your and you're offsetting all of that.
Yep.
You're earning 6%.
Yeah, but you're offsetting 3.
Well, you're earning 6% per annum. You're paying 6%. You're offsetting. Let's say that debt's $1 million and you've got $1 million cash.
Yeah.
Your $1 million is earning 6%, 60 grand, because you're not paying it. Take the money out of the account. In your scenario, for the more technical person, you're going to pay 60 grand a year interest only. It's fucking tax deductible, bro. It's an investment property. Take your $1 million cash and go and earn 12%.
Where do you earn 12 by reinvesting?
And go buy another fucking factory
Yeah.
and double the size of your portfolio, and hopefully you get 6% capital growth and 6% yield.
Well, even with like just to get your advice because it's relative.
Yeah.
So these buildings, say they're worth $7.5 million combined.
Yep.
Interest only on both. Like we've got debt, like a lot of debt paid off and offset. But even just the interest only component alone, the rent that we get in, we're still in 150k surplus, which we can take.
So you're cash flow positive.
Cash flow positive on them. It goes up 7.5 million goes up 6%
Yep.
every year, which is good. But then, like what you said is, and tell me if this is the wrong strategy, is keeping sort of 2-3 mil accessible off those buildings to go pump, dump, development, flip, then put back on and put back into the building. Because the end goal for us with those commercial buildings
Because remember with investment debt that has redraw, and this is what people get scared of, once you pay down a debt, you've lost the tax deduction on that asset.
Would you think it's a bad play? Like, so the buildings for us long term they're just like that, like rainy day ATM, asset worth circa this going up, but then it's netting after out, say 450k.
Yeah.
That's just that when we can go be with the kids and not have to work. And this thing
100%.
is that a good strategy? Should we be trying to do that earlier, or is that a strategy you do, later in life
really
and
good-
still use that money?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So let's just run with that. You said 450, of course, 500.
Yeah.
You got yourself to this phenomenal position, well done, of $500,000 a year passive coming in after you service all your debt and everything, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. People dream of that, right? You got there, you fucking gone blood, sweat, and tears for it.
Yeah.
I've gone away from that and gone to more of a capital play. Now, this is where everyone needs specific, both, but specific personalised, tailored advice, like an off-air conversation, because I got to the position of earning income like that and realised that income today that's going to grow at 6% per annum is probably not going to keep up with inflation. Therefore, I'm losing money.
Yeah.
I'm losing money.
Yeah.
$100 bill today isn't $100.
It's 70.
94, 78, right? Yeah. So I realised that an income play in today's dollars will actually diminish. People go, oh, but the real yields will go up and rental inflation. But I realised that the yield can diminish over time, and the income today is 500, but tomorrow 500 is worth 400. So I started going for big capital plays, and I'm scale to sell those assets now. While 50% CGT discount still exists, because let's be clear, what's this government fucking playing at the moment, right?
Yeah.
If they change it and they don't grandfather it. So while current legislations apply, I always look at how to take advantage of it before they take it off me, because they'll keep taking shit off us as it gets too good, like loan products. So if I can take that now and you've got a $15 million asset base and you owe 7.5 and you're generating 450 grand a year, I'll look at that and go $7.5 million. I'd like that to make you 750 a year. So I'd work off your net position and say 450 cash flow isn't great. off 7.5 million of equity.
Not a good percentage. It's just. I look at it as it's easy.
It's easy.
It's 2 tenants,
Yeah,
like rather than
easy.
30 properties. Would you then?
I don't know. Maybe it's instead of 2 tenants, you bought something double the fucking size, and you got 900 grand a year.
Big tenant.
Yeah, big tenant. Big risk, big reward.
Would you still verticalize the same model, or would you diversify it out into like a broader asset pool like resi?
Depending on your cert, for me, I just smash resi. And sadly, people get upset. Housing has become a commodity in Australia. And I called this out on podcasts with Doc Wilson everyone years ago. I said, in COVID, there is an agenda to break the construction sector in Australia, to break the housing industry, choke supply, continue to let people in, and have too many people and not enough houses.
What?
And guess what the outside of that is? We now have these, and I won't get into it myself too much, that's Rach, people, the other people in the team. We now have this co-ownership thing where the government will come in and give you 20 or 30% of your house. So if I break the construction industry, I don't want to be tinfoil hat here, if we break the construction sector, let more people in than we can build houses, and we control how much land we supply when we've got more land than any other country in the fucking world, what do? We create a situation where we artificially inflate, or we can control supply and demand. We can control stock and release. We can control policy and procedure. We can control, like a fucking video game, we can control deliberately the values of property in Australia. And guess what? We will become one of the largest owners of it.
Yeah, it's just FISA 2.0.
Come on. Think about it. Like literally, and so build to rent has become huge in Australia.
Massive.
So our children, we have children, they won't be bidding or negotiating with the agent against anyone else's children, yours and mine. It'll be against the Canadian Pension Firefighters Fund.
Yeah.
It'll be against fucking BlackRock.
Super funds.
Super funds.
Well, that's super. We interviewed Josh Charles not long ago. He said 95% of the CBD is owned by supers.
But hang on a minute. If you look at any of the super funds' property returns, they reckon they've lost money in the last 10 years. But 95% of them own some of our most expensive assets in Australia. That must be fees and consulting. And they make shares look really good at 6% or so.
But they get clips on the way.
But they say that the property loses money, but they own some of the most expensive real estate assets in Australia with some of the highest returns. Let's talk about how the world really works.
100%.
So right now, all the states, territories, country, they're now coming in saying, we'll buy with you, we'll guarantee you, don't worry about LMI. They're not going to do that unless they know that it won't break. You've got to you've got to have an extra 3% of servicing, got to do this, got to do that. Mate, the system's fucked. The system
like
is
BlackRock all over again.
The system is this is the whole. They call it, you'll own nothing and be happy. Well, you know what? We'll walk the streets today or tomorrow. We'll do a little a little street beat and talk to some people along the beach here and go, hey, do you own? Do you rent? Is it possible? Is it out of touch? Have you given? I bet you everyone says I rent and I've given up.
Yeah.
Even with these grants and shit, the only way to get in now is bank and mum and dad. Even you go, you can buy with a 5% deposit. How the fuck do you save 5% when you pay current rents in Australia? Mind you, don't buy Gucci shoes with bees on them and the fucking watches. Do you know how many guys I see at the local restaurant now or the bar wearing a Rolex? Something that used to be quite aspirational. I see guys in their 20s wearing Rolexes.
Yeah, it's crazy, hey?
I'm like, what the fuck? I had a Casio.
You know what I don't even have a watch.
Fuck,
I
yeah,
was looking at the sun. All right, it must be 6 o'clock.
Sort of like the world's gone mad. So, but again, I think it's really interesting that the shit that's happening, we seem to all be just falling straight into it. No one's coming to save us. We've got to save ourselves.
So, with that being said, then, G, how has kind of Infinity's method evolved since we last caught up, and what can Aussies do to get ahead? Is it we should be rent vesting? Should we be buying the owner-occupier, paying it down, and then investing with the equity? Like, what's...
Rent vesting is a really good tool for certain people at certain life stages. Even some really good respected buyers agents out there now have gone on and bought their $10, $15 million homes eventually because they've got there from rent vesting. But eventually you need a home, right? And hopefully you don't have debt on it, and that's your safe haven. Then you can leverage that and do more investing. Rent vesting typically works whether you're young or older because you need it to have a time in market. It's not timing the market. It's the time in the market that yields the result. You're 7 to 10 years. Spend the time in the market. Now, if you go, I'm going to rent vest and I'm going to buy my home in 3 years, and then your wife gets pregnant. Natural thing, your wife gets pregnant, what are you going to want to do?
Get a home.
Okay, now I talked in the other episode about these younger couples or younger people rent vesting right now and selling for a loss. Yeah, there's a really scary trend because they might pay $30,000 stamp duty, say, and they're rent vesting, and 3 years later they're pregnant. Of course you're going to want a little unit or home, aren't you? Now they're on one income and they want to buy a home. So they need their money back out of their investment, and the whole rent vesting strategy's fucked. If you are not prepared to wait 7 to 10 years for that investment to yield a return, you should not rent vest.
I like that advice.
Think about it. If you are not prepared to wait for the capital growth, you're going to get some rent, you're going to pay the loan, it's going to be probably negatively geared somewhat at the moment, $100, $200 a week, and you're now off paying amazing rent for where you want to live in Bondi, Coogee, where, you know what I mean? Like, you got to wait 7 to 10, 8, 10 years for that to, okay, you might make money in 2 years, but then, okay, your wife's pregnant, you want to have a home, so now you got, how much did you make after stamp duty and agents' fees and solicitors' fees to actually have a deposit, less CGT, 50% discount. I started with 100. I got 180 because it was in 2-3. Like,
True.
You need time. So I just think that I've done a lot of rent investing very successfully for customers, but I've been around for 25 odd years, and our business has been going for fucking 13, 14 years. You know what I mean? Like, we've got that history, and they've had time to get a return in various markets. Most people aren't prepared and lack the emotional intelligence to see through the investment period required to get a return.
Good advice.
It's the truth, right? Like, cut through the shit. Like, I'd love heaps of rent investors to come to me, and I've got a brokerage and I've got buyers that come to me, and I'll help you, no worries. But is that best for you? When you could buy your first home with very little fucking deposit right now, with all sorts of incentives and grants, and buy something unemotionally, maybe not exactly where you want it, but you could get in the market, right? And then a year or two later, if your circumstances change, could you rent that out? Or could you sell it free of CGT? So isn't your best fucking step to use every benefit, advantage and grant available to you if you qualify, and get in now, because property never gets cheaper? And then if your circumstances change, you've got a tax-free asset to sell.
And you don't get kicked out.
And or you can rent it out, but then you've got the 6-year rule, haven't you? Fucking beauty. I've got a house, there's no tax on it. If I have to go and rent or live with mum and dad while we have a baby, sweet. We've got 6 years to sell it. Still don't pay any tax.
What if someone's bought their first owner occupier, they're really happy there? Would your first advice be to pay down the mortgage, or if there's good investment opportunities, go for the investment?
Here's the sad truth. Most people think that a 5 or 6% return in their super fund or real estate or something like that's really, really good. Unless you're getting the 38, 40-year average, Doc Wilson, you'll see it on all my stuff, is 6.8% per annum for capital cities over the last 40-odd years. That's only good if it's compounding. Because if it does, it's not. So everyone thinks the property cycle's 7 years. It's not. If it grows at 7% per annum, compounding year on year on year for 10 years, it will double. Some idiot years ago in the pub, 7 years of property cycle. You know, you fuckstick. All right? It's 7% per annum year on year on year for 10 years. So if you've got your home, you're paying it down, you're like, what do I do with my money? This is where America's fucked. They're all told, pay minimum payments for 15 to 30 years fixed and invest your other $400 into the market.
Like share market, you mean?
Any mark, shares, fucking funds, what? $400 investment. Even if you get 100% return, you've got $800. Yeah? So I go the other way and say, if I can get a guaranteed 6% return by not paying the interest, and I can redraw it and then go and earn 6, save 6 and earn 6, and the 6% I pay on it now is tax deductible because it's an investment loan, not a home loan. You should never invest with cash.
Agreed.
Cash is trash. So all these people that go, I pay minimums on my home loan and I invest my surplus cash, is a dumb fuck. Because if you pay the money off your home loan, you save 100% of the 6% interest. You can redraw it, and if you use it to invest, what did you do? You turned home loan debt into tax deductible investment facility. It's a double bubble, but none of us do it. And sadly, we're probably told the wrong shit by the people we trust.
Should people that have their home loans paid off start a redraw facility off that to use it? Like as a
Well, if you've got a home loan paid
just to
off,
cycle it?
yeah, if you've got a home loan sitting there right now and it's paid off, like I'd never close a loan.
Yeah.
Ever,
We
ever,
keep
ever.
a dollar on there or something.
Yeah, well, some banks doesn't care. Some banks, if you pay it to zero, it's over. The loan
Yeah.
goes, but you've still got to discharge it.
Yeah.
They'll hold the deed.
Yeah.
I'd never close a loan because a loan is like a fucking golden ticket to the fucking chocolate factory. It's like you got a loan approval. Mark Griff says it's like a gold. It's so hard to get money now. Keep it forever. I use it like a credit card. Overpay my loan, get a couple $100,000, draw it out.
So
buy
should
another
people
property.
do that? So say for your example, your clients that are done really well, they've paid it off, and they've got that little golden ticket access.
Yeah,
to
they
good-
just
good
keep using it.
5.5%. They just
They just use it.
keep cycling it.
Don't need to apply. Don't
Yep.
need to provide any
go buy an
documents.
investment, cycle it, turn it
Off
over.
you go again. And then on that next one, because we've paid off our home,
Yeah.
we actually start paying down deductible investment debt.
Yeah.
Because people wait at interest only for it to go up.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying, well, we've got cash flow now. So my clients are performing multiple times better than the average investor because we're paying down the non-deductible debt. That gives you a huge serviceability when you don't have a 30-year non-deductible debt. But we can use it again and it becomes deductible debt to go and invest and create more wealth. But then we also got cash flow, don't have a home loan. If we choose to pay down the deductible debt, some people good, some people not, well, that's double bubble. If the property goes up and I pay it down, I'm twice as wealthy as the investor who just stays at interest only.
With no tax on the primary. Yeah, that's smart. And you get the CGT saving on the investments using that cash.
And then if the investment property or asset is subject to the CGT discount, okay, I bought for $750 and it's worth $1 million, that's a really good return. Does it mean it'll go up to 1.5 in the next 5? I don't know. I think 250 on a 750 is a pretty good return. Fuck, I'm going to take my 250 and I'm going to go put 125 and 125 down as deposits on 2 new properties.
And you can just double.
And if they each keep growing at 5 or 6% or 3%, the more assets I have under, think of Airbnb or Uber. They don't own the houses or the cars, right? The more assets I have under my control just growing at 5 to 6% per annum, the more I'm creating.
Do you think that's the main? I think for people that just like you said in the other podcast, people just look at it and because they don't know, they just go, oh, "Fuck, I'm just gonna."
It's too
someone
hard.
Else, it's too hard. Someone else will fix it.
And let's be clear, so many people have been burnt. I meet so many people that say, Graham, I followed your socials for 2 years now and I was a bit scared, but I've watched 38 podcasts of people that have been successful or someone's been with you since You don't have customers from 2012 or 13 when Becca, they're still our customers at our events and on podcasts. You got to do something right to keep a customer in our industry for 12 or 13 years. Yeah, to come and sing your praises. There's a lot of opportunity to fuck it up in 12 or 13 years. So people watch for years sometimes and they come in and they're like, I've been burnt. I did this happened. 90% of the time in real estate, they tell me that they bought something, whether it was through an advisor or not, but they bought something and 5 years later they sold it for a loss.
Gee,
And that could be multiple things. I don't think that's just that they paid too much at the beginning. I think it's that they didn't wait the time. The costs involved are heavy in real estate. You've got to have a long-term view for real estate or do something different.
How do you decide on where to suggest to your clients where to buy and what are the red flags on the real estate purchases that you see?
Yeah, I think for us, we're really focused, as I said, on near new to new mostly. We like to, so all developers out there need what's called pre-sale. Yeah, so they buy a site, they're a developer. They're not really the person doing it, it's the bank. The bank has all the risk. So when they're developing something, I understand deeply that the bank needs them to sell, say, 80% of a project, like at Stockland, say, Lend Lease, whatever. Of all the land, you've got to sell 80 of the 100 blocks before you get a check to build it. Cool. We'll go in there and negotiate and say, if we sold all 80 this weekend, what would the price be? And they go, oh, well, fuck, I don't care, reduce the commission. And we'll go in and buy all 80 together as a community in one weekend at an event.
Can you come to Canberra and buy that shit?
We could. We've done it before.
That's
And in that case, we go, oh, commissions and this. No, we've been in a room before where a developer's like, oh, hey, if we can do that project this weekend, I'll throw an extra 20 grand a deal on the table. So I walked in, got on stage and said, everyone, if we buy 76 units today, we're all getting an extra 20 grand. And he went
That's
white
smart.
at the back of the room. White. I said, true? And he's like, I said, I'm not going to take it because if you win, you come back and you do another 3 transactions with me. Everyone's allowed to make money. It's about how transparent you are in the money you're making. Yeah? I can do existing residential property in my buyer's arm of my business. I'd get paid in 30 to 45 days, super quick, it'd be great, as opposed to saying, hey, let's go buy. And so here's my motto. I use Labrador down here at E. I bought a sub penthouse for $1,850,000. Okay? 1.85. I put 185 grand down in 2021. It settled in 2024 and it was valued at $3.5-4 million bucks. Where do you get 100% return on your investment? If I bought today, settled today, what's my property worth? Whatever the fuck I paid for it. Okay, so I've got to wait at least 3 months to get a new bank val or do a reno or, I've got to wait. But and I've got to get tenants and I've got to pay the loan and I've got to get income. I can deploy a deposit. This is my personal wealth. I deploy a deposit and I wait. And luckily we're in a growing market and I always seem to be able to double my deposit.
Are they in primary markets? Like, are you specific to, say, Queensland or like major metropoles?
East coast of Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes. Along Brisbane River.
Yeah.
Brisbane's a great. Adelaide, Gold Coast, Sunny Coast, you name it. New South Wales, Port Macquarie, Coffs, like you name it, anywhere.
Do you sell prior to settlement or do you
We can't. So you can nominate in Melbourne. So like Queensland, you can't nominate. You got to
nominate?
settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
So you gotta
settle.
settle on sell,
It's like
yeah.
Dubai, when you paid off a certain amount, you can sell.
Yeah.
So most Australian, you can't. You've got to actually settle.
Yeah.
Or you can have a simultaneous settlement or contemporaneous. But yeah, I always hold them, settle them, let the market do its thing for a while, see if there's anything wrong with it, and then flick them. Like I've got a penthouse settling in Main Beach shortly called Lagoon. I bought one penthouse. My client bought the penthouse next door. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. It's got 2 levels. It's got a pool. I'm not going to fucking live. I mean, I could live there for CGT. It's only around the corner. Right? Or I could just fucking sell the thing and get the 50% CGT discount. We've got something at Green Mountain. Like we've got so much stuff going on, but I'm just putting deposits out. I don't even have to worry about the debt. I need to know I can service the debt and settle it, but I'm making my personal wealth in a growing market. Now, this will turn. When our market settles and subdues, that won't be a business model for me personally or for my customers. That's the truth.
Can you forecast that?
You can't forecast it exactly. I mean, we could have a
temp
a
test.
world war or you can monitor the data for construction costs, valuations, appraisals. We can see the data pretty live these days, right? It's pretty accurate, pretty quickly. So you can see the trends, but you can get a false reading like Perth. Woo, woo, woo. So you can sort of model those trends. And when you're dealing with thousands of transactions a year or you're dealing with hundreds in your community, you get pretty good at it. And you just got to pay lots of fucking geeks.
And
I'm not the king geek. I pay lots of really geeky, brainiac, smarty people to do all the data to go, oh, this market's slowing down, or there's some mortgagee in possessions in these suburbs because something shut down. And that's why 30 to 45, I look at property investing as a pizza. Cut it perfectly, if kids even cut it these days, and I love pizza, but think of a perfectly cut up piece of pizza. If I'm 30 to 45 minutes of a CBD anywhere in Australia and close to oceans and beaches and that up the eastern seaboard where everyone likes to live, I want a piece of pizza to be education, transport and logistics, healthcare, sport and tourism. You see what I'm going? Whereas if someone said back in the day, like I seen someone recently, they come to me and they had multiple properties up, what was it called? Up LNG plant, not Dysart, Gladstone. Now everyone got pumped in Gladstone years ago. Don't go to these mining towns, blah, blah, blah. These people have been told to go there and get a couple of properties. And days on market was fucking horrific. You can't exit an asset there if you want to quickly. Valuations and categories for lenders and people don't understand. They're restricted lending. You need big deposits because they're hard markets. And I said to the client, why didn't you just buy for that? You could have bought on the outskirts of the sunny coast or 15 minutes from the beach on the Gold Coast at Benoa or Ashmore. And they're like, that's just what the person told us to do. It looks like it's growing. I'm like, it's got a horrific past. I'm sure it will grow eventually. But what is the pizza consisting of in Gladstone? Tell me.
Just mining.
And we went through the whiteboard and went like port logistics, like really mining, LNG mine, like what is the industry there? Where's the healthcare, education, sport and rec, go to Cairns, very heavily tourism. That makes sense. So like Newcastle back in the day, it's pumping now, but it used to be the steelworks, and then it fucking shit the bed for years. So I like to think of investing, and I say for people at home, if you're scared of paying for advice or you're scared of being someone ripping you off, please think of investing like a pizza. Think of nice, even sections of and what if someone's going to rent here, what do they do? And if I lost mining tomorrow, will my Gladstone property survive? If you lose one slice of pizza up most parts of Australia, you're okay, right? But if you're in Gladstone and you lose mining, you're fucked. If you're in an army town and you lose military, you're fucked. If you're in a ag area, central Queensland or not, and you lose agriculture or that fucking banana season you're fucked. Makes sense. So
it's almost like a common sense pizza.
Hello, thank you, ding, 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 ding. And people go, oh, this guy makes it so simple. He's not very smart, but it fucking works. Hundreds of millions of dollars of assets.
It's simple.
Flat white. It's not a fucking mocha choca matcha latte. Think of very simple white coffee.
It blows my mind that people just so willingly will go and listen to that advice and just buying these things. Like, just committing personally on such a financial level with people that probably only have one investment property themselves. Like
Well, we talked about this down ages ago where you were helping a client in Springfield, right? People go, oh, Ipswich is fucking the bum hole of the earth. It's fucking 30, 45 minutes from Brisbane City. And I know Dan was helping a client in Springfield Lakes, master plan community, right? Great data. The Brisbane Lions have built a stadium. The Mater Cancer Research Private Hospital, like all this pizza is so supported, and it's 30, 45 minutes from Brisbane. Doesn't mean you work where you live. It's a commutable distance. I remember talking about that 100%. For one of your clients you were working with. But then I've had someone, and we were talking about it, and someone else would go, oh, that's fucking Ipswich. And I'm like, it's not. How many properties you got? Oh, I'm renting. Well, then don't fucking talk to me about property. Do you know, and I'm not being disrespectful, but everyone's got an opinion. But you're right. It's so simple. It's just common sense. Like I say to people, I'm doing good. Don't come pay me a cent. But listen to this free common sense information and think very vanilla. Get away from gimmicks. Get away from boom towns. But think somewhere that has a private hospital, a public hospital, a rail network. Common sense risk. Because that's de-risking your investment.
100%. I always say it's the same reason, you look for properties, the reason why people would want to rent it's the same reason why people want to buy it. If they fit those both components, you're pretty close.
And a big thing too, I say to people in that pizza strategy, think about the exit before you enter. Because buy and hold isn't a strategy. It's been around since Adam and Eve.
Are you developing?
No.
Would you?
Done a little bit over time. I think as well, everyone should stick to what they're good at. We've talked about this over the year. We can't do 100 things, Kev. I'm really, I tell him all the time, like, Kev, don't do 100 things, bro. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, gee, I've got this business. I'm like, that's 113, right?
Learning from my mistakes.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's like, if we have a joke about it, it's good. Yeah. It's really good to bounce off other people that are hungry and driven. But it's like, what are you great at? And stick to that. For me, the data's really easy to interpret and look at that common sense. And I do this live and say, let's build a pizza together. All right, what's the data for this sector of the industry? This, that. And we work through a pizza process. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's a really stable economy. Okay, if I buy in that stable economy, and I always say, exit before you enter. Who will I sell that investment to?
That's what I think.
Because I'm ready to sell before I buy. And like you said, it's going to be a person of this, is it a highly traded market or a fucking thinly traded market like Gladstone?
That's really good advice, man.
Like a market price point and sector that is highly traded and highly affordable that just keeps turning, that's where the money's. Like we talked about when we talked about the grants and that, we always knew this 5%, 2% bullshit was going to bring the market from the bottom and middle up, was going to drive the market up. Look what it did. They fucked home prices. Good grant, government. It was always going to happen. When they did the bill boost, oh, we'll give you 10 or 20. What do all the builders do the next day? Fucking up their price 10 or 20 grand. All of this shit, guys, is like you did at the talk. Common sense. People want the facts. They want the truth. I've just got to a point really well of cutting through the shit and telling people this. And if you do a really good job of it, they'll probably pay you to do business with you. And if they don't, you provided a community service and you'll get traction in the market for being the voice of reason and the truth.
I'm prepared to be hated too now. Like, I think after that talk, like you just touched on, like that feeling of actually like
Wait
moving
till you get your first 5 videos done on you, and then call me when you're on your 500th video. We'll
I
see
don't know.
if you
That's like the final boss of hate. But just, I don't know,
But it's
kinda-
true. It is true, but like you've got to.
gotta
I was
be willing.
helping mentor a buyer's agent young lady, and she's like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and we did a couple of sessions together, and then I said, "Are you prepared to be absolutely fucking hated?"
Mate.
She goes, "Oh no." I said, "Then you're in the wrong industry."
I just hate some of the shit that agents do. Like it's criminal, you know. And it gets protected, and it's Australia wide.
What's funny is I can finish when my staff are buying, and I know most of the agents are. I can finish the agent's sentence before they do, because they're just parroting what they heard before them, and they just
real
wrap
estate
it.
factory.
Yeah, car yards.
Copy paste. Yeah,
Same thing, copy paste,
Yeah,
copy
yeah.
paste. So, but I say to people, if that helps, that analogy, take a pizza approach to it.
That's great.
Really simple, very vanilla, plain white coffee. Don't go the mocha choker, fuck it. Like, just keep it really simple and expect to not make any money for 7 to 10 years. Look at it in 8 or 9 years, and I think you'll do really well.
And stick to what you're good at.
And stick to what you're good at.
Yeah, that's a
like,
big one.
don't go, client, I'm going to develop and subdivide. Are you? Why hasn't a developer knocked on your door because the land's so profitable?
Yeah,
But you got this fucking great idea.
yeah. Just because
Please.
you can get money doesn't make you a developer.
And then you got to exit it.
Yeah.
And then you got to do it with integrity. And then you got to warrant it. And then you got to make sure it has a win for the customer if you're an ethical
good
developer.
one. Yeah.
You want to create communities. You want to create value. You don't want to just sell. So this is the thing in society. Everyone's selling something. The moment I realized everyone was selling something and I wanted to actually give instead of sell, I've sold more than anyone on the planet. I don't have to sell. I sell through education.
I love that.
Educate and empower, and everyone will come screaming at you. We decline 23% of the people that apply to work with us, 20-something% each month.
Client base. Wow.
And
How
they
many
pay more.
clients do you have at the moment, G?
Thousands. I think at the moment, subscription clients, I think we've knocked back a few recently. I think we're sitting at like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribing clients paying us to work with us right now. So retention rate's above 80%. But when we do an event, I'll use a round number. If we have 500 people on a paid masterclass with a money back guarantee, I usually refund like 2 to 3 people on day one because they're like, "Oh, I just quit my job." Well, I can't fucking help you, bro. Money mentor, not money magician, right? So out of 500 people, we'll refund like 2 or 3 people on day one because of their circumstance. They thought we could wave a wand. Out of that balance of 490, so we'll typically, by the end of the 2 days, about 83 to 87%, depending on what's going on, will pay us thousands of dollars to want to work with us ongoing for a year in a subscription, and we say no to 20-something%.
Wow.
So we'll get 400 odd want to sign up, and then we'll say no to about 80 of them, and we'll work with the 300 and something, just using those numbers, and we'll take them on as a client and work with them for at least a year. Average client now staying for a couple of years.
Wow.
So it's pretty powerful. But they get to be part of it. And some people, I always joke and say, you got to put your trolley. People go, "How do we be a client?" You got to put your trolley back at the shopping centre for a start. Just simple little thing, you know what I mean? Like if I hear people talking about other people, people talk about me, and I'm like, I don't fucking know you, right? I'm not going to talk about you because I don't know you. I can't actually make any accusation, allegation, or determination until I've sat with you and you've been a good or a shit human being to me. Great people discuss ideas and make change. Fucking tiny-minded, sad people discuss other people. Here we are wanting to give and help and grow. And then after these podcasts, we'll see more videos of me and now more videos of you going, "These guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about."
Bring it on.
But there'll be thousands that go, "Oh my God, I did this and it helped me." You guys have seen it. You've got the messages.
It's all in parallel, right? What'd you say at the start? It's like, 50% will hate you, 50% will love you.
It's half and half, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Well, the
40
50%
and
that love you
40 and
outweigh the
some don't.
50%. Yeah, that was
But the ones that love you, that you really genuinely help and don't just sell to, the ones that you change their lives and have impact on and generationally, like Oscar I talked about before, his parents are a client, now Oscar's a client and his brothers are about to be a client. That's generational
kids.
impact. And his kids, yeah.
Gee, just to wrap this episode up, because
Yeah.
I know we've tipped over an hour now. What's the best piece of advice every Australian needs to understand when it comes to property?
That everything you think you know is a load of shit.
I love that. But just
Oh, ready for this? Always buy the best house in the worst street. Always buy on the high side of the street. Make sure that it faces northeast for sunlight. Fucking whack, 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 whack. Right? Then I drive a Hilux because they're unbreakable. Come on. Like, cut through the shit.
true.
Like, cut through the shit. These are the next 5 boom suburbs you need to know on a social media ad. There's no such thing, fuckwit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's all marketing.
pizza, 30, 45 minutes of a CBD. Forget the fuck. My marketing's like, hey, my industry's fucked. Here's the. I got booted out of financial forums and my staff because Rachel and I did an ad and said, we just went on, did the research, FBAA, MF, and went, hey, the average mortgage broker in Australia out of 20,000 people, this many people write this much, and this much. 91% of our industry are fucking nowhere. Our industry is driven by about 9% of people doing all the work. 91% chance a broker's a flop. So we went out with that and said they earn this, they do this many loans, and at our business, our brokers sit in the top 9%, they actually sit in the top 1 or 2. If you want some free advice, here's the info, do it, but be aware this is the industry statistical standard. I got booted out of forums, got hate posts, you name it, I'm like, I just told the truth. All you've done is validate how much of a fucking flop you are, and this will go on their post. You know, like you can't be angry at not being above average. Just accept that you're average. That's okay. I've been average at heaps of things in my life, like my weight. That's all right. But own it. Do you know, like don't be upset that you're average if someone has more impact than you.
Well, don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous. Yeah. You know, like, don't get upset if they call out. I'm not going, Mary, you're a fucking incompetent sod. That's not okay, right? Like anyone doing that, you got a problem. I'm saying in our industry, here is the statistical truth. And if an industry gets upset by that, that industry's got a fucking problem. Just saying.
Spot on, man. 10%.
Just saying.
90%.
So I
Graeme
would say
Holm.
everything they think they know
Everything they do.
is bullshit. Stop listening to Toothless Timmy on the tinnies, my alter ego. He's head chef at a barbecue.
Bring him
mafia,
back, I like
fucking, all right? Stop listening to that shit. What you want to do is take a very simple, plain white coffee, pizza slices, 30, 45 minutes. If you don't trust someone, do a lot of research, put it together and do it yourself. And that's sweet. If not me, somebody. If not you, do something, right? You need that 7 to 10 years, 8 to 10 years to make money. Look for something safe, stable, close to suburbia, hospital, schools, and just have a crack. Don't buy next door. That would be fucking horrific, you know what I mean? But just have a crack. Don't keep your old home and think it's an investment property. If it was so fucking good, you wouldn't have moved out of it and you bought it as a home, not a high-performing investment. Because you live there doesn't mean anyone else wants to fucking live there. Like sell your old home, buy your new one, then buy two. Like all this simple shit we could get into, and just do your homework before you jump. Like everything I do has a money-back guarantee. I refund people all the time. Sometimes I don't even want their money and say, I'm not right for you. Make sure people are going to work with you. Ask them if they've got a money-back guarantee. Okay, if I pay you, what's the risk?
Can I ask you a question on that? Would you? I've got a scenario in my current business where, I'll just say it. I've got a
Someone's paid you?
someone's paid me.
And you've done the work?
I've done,
And they're not happy with it. They want it all for free and want the money back.
Yeah.
Cost of doing business, give them the money back and tell them they're a shit human being.
Would you do that? Just give them rather because I could
Absolutely.
They've paid the engagement fee, and I could just take.
I knew what you were going to say before you said it.
And you could imagine you could. I don't even have to say what type of client you'd already know.
I know, yeah.
Would
They've
you
got
just-
a uni degree for sure.
Would you give just give the return and just would you?
I'll tell you what
Would
I
you
would
keep
do.
the tenner
This
or
is
would you give it
exactly
back?
what I would do, and I've done it recently with a client. You paid X amount of, let's just make up a number. You paid $1,000 for this service to be provided, and you agreed to that engagement. I went and provided all of this of that service with the following outstanding items, and you've decided you don't like it. For what you paid for, I've provided 8 of the 10 services. Please tell me what you feel is a fair, ethical, moral resolution for you not wanting to proceed with the service. That's okay. You don't like the suburb name if it was a property. You don't like the bank if it was a loan. What is a fair, ethical, moral resolution? Because You're a consumer. I'm a business. I've had costs incurred, time, labor, and energy in this. So do you think it's fair? I'm just asking you, please, in email. I'm happy to just work through it. Do you think I should give you back $500, $800, or the full $1,000? Now, this will validate the type of human being they are. And if they're a shit human being, take great pride in giving them all the money back and letting them know they're a shit human being. That's how I built my business. Because I used to say I had a nice big set of balls on me, but they've been kicked so much, I got 2 fucking marbles. Because I used to spend so much time debating with these people. They are a shit human being. If you pay for a service and you don't go to Macca's, eat the Big Mac and go, oh, fuck, I got the runs and I feel a bit bloated and I put a kilo on this week. You fucking chose to engage it. You're a grown-ass adult. I used to get it a lot. I don't now. I refund them. I won't even engage with them. And I can pick them really well.
And you know...
I fucking know the exact type.
Yeah, and I was like, I have this policy in my business to not engage that type.
So
of
what I
client.
would
fucking
do,
did it
I
for
would
myself.
change your engagement documentation contractually
Yeah.
to say if it's basically a dispute resolution process. If you engage us and you pay the fee and we do this amount of work and deliver it to you, and for any reason we're in dispute, the maximum refund is 50% and we would be suffering financial loss. Sign here that you agree that if you don't like the work, all you're getting back is $500 and I'm getting and I still lost money for all the work I did.
I like that.
You're a business. You're not a charity. Change your engagement contract. And you say, I know you love me at the moment and you think, if we get divorced, let's talk about the prenup. And do you agree that if I go do and you record it, I do all of this work for you, do you agree that it'd be unfair to get all your money back even if you didn't like it? You still got the knowledge, you got the info, and I did the work, I can't undo it. Let's agree, you got to sign here now because if you did that to me, I'm keeping $500 and the most you can ask back for is $500. If I make a mistake or something else or I did, sure, I'll give you your money back. And that's how I built this business, being so confident. I go, yeah, here's your money back, fuck off. More fool you. But I'm a bit cheeky. I document those people in a little black book diary thing. People are like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea or this and that. And I used to reach out to them and be like, hey, I'll give you a really good example. I had fucking years ago, someone's like, oh, a little 1-bedroom unit, and I bought heaps of them. Oh, it hasn't gone up in value. It's fucked. We've lost money. Well, they were 225 to 265 grand. And literally today, 10 years later, they're all selling for 4s and 500s. So these people put deposits down 20 odd grand and have doubled their money from that time, 40 grand and doubled their money. But in the first 3 to 5 years, they're like, I haven't made any money. You're not meant to. It's a long-term transaction. It's like ringing your financial planner and go, hey, all those shares I bought, the market wiped how many trillions of dollars last week? Can I have my money back? You got to wait. So and I know it's hard, smaller business, it's very hard, it hurts, but the time and energy you'd spend on emails, calls, emotional distress, I would go back and say, in the spirit of a full and final resolution, I would like to understand, because I've done A, B, C, D, E, and you sign it, what do you think as a human being is fair and reasonable for us to resolve this today? See what they say. It'll tell you the cut of their cloth.
We already know what the cut of their cloth is.
Okay. And then you know what? You say, that's fine. Then you fucking get rid of them. But you then give them a contract document from your lawyer, whatever, and say, all right, I'm out of pocket. You're a fucking shit human being. You're going to sign this document. Because if I'm giving you all the money back and I'm suffering financial loss because you're a flog, that's the sort of person I call a McNugget. He doesn't eat them, he's jacked, right? But like that, if you had like a cold drive-through nugget or Uber Eats, by the time it gets home, it's cold, it's dry, it's nasty, you don't have any sweet and sour sauce, nobody wants that. Let those nuggets to themselves, chuck them in the bin. Just let it go. Sting frozen, let it
There
go.
you go.
That's really good dialogue, I was going to say before you wrap up, for agents, because I know they get a lot of kickback on that on comms as well, on the sales comms for underperformance. So if you're an agent listening to that, you could tweak that and really use that dialogue with your sellers.
Yeah, definitely.
And just want to say a big thanks to view.com.au for powering this podcast.
Thanks, G.
Now, before we wrap up,
Ooh, we got a nugget. A good nugget.
a good nugget, not a dry McNugget.
I got the pen. Let's go.
Okay. Let's do something to help people grow.
Hit us.
So when we did episodes 60, 67, 68, and 69, I said I'd give away 20 grand. And all I wanted people to do is, if they're enjoying the content, I wanted them to go back and share the learnings in like a 90-second story on Instagram or Facebook, and somebody would win 20 grand. And we gave away 50, 40?
50 grand.
We jacked it,
yeah,
right?
it went to 50.
We jacked it. So let's give away 50 grand.
Boom.
Run with the theme. So let's give away $50,000, and these are the rules. We're doing a lot of these because, by the way, guys, the theme of these pods you're hearing from the legends here that are putting these out, these are from hundreds, if not thousands of people over the last 2 years saying we want to pick Graham's brain more on this and the guys wanted to know stuff. This isn't shit we're just creating for you. We're recapping some old shit. We're talking about some new shit. So to help people grow and learn, like Casey and Lenny last time, Casey and Lenny won. They've
legends,
actually become a client.
That's so good.
And build a business and amazing shit off the back of that. So here's the thing. We're going to give away 50 grand. We're going to give away $25,000 to one family that goes back to Both Sides podcast episode 60, 67, 68, and 69 and shares an up to 90-second post of, hey, what I learned in episode 60, Both Sides from Graeme and the boys. They're going to share it. They're going to make it into a video, get your kids involved, not funny, whatever. What'd you learn? One core thing from each episode. After you've done 60, 67, 68, 69, you're going to do episode 139, 141, 142, 143, and there's possibly a 145. And we'll tell you at the end of that based on what we're doing. There's 8 or 9 episodes there from old to now. One person shares all of their learnings from each episode after they listen to them, get the family involved. Did you learn health, wealth, financial? What did you learn? Business, investing. One person will win $25,000, which will all be judged by us. We don't need trade permit, whatever. We're going to judge it against our internal criteria. It's just our little giveaway for an avid new listener or existing. They'll get 25 grand. 5 other people, so people don't think, fuck, I don't have a chance. 5 other people will get 5 grand each for the same protocol. So there's 8 or 9 episodes. Share one learning. Tag all of us on socials personally, plus the Both Sides podcast and myself or Money Mentor on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll give away 25 grand to one lucky family and 5 grand each to 5 other lucky families.
How do I apply for this?
Mate, you're already giving
Yeah, I live fucking money bags. You're already giving money away. You're fucking kindness king today.
Wow.
So 50 G's on the line. Cost nothing to be nice. In this case, cost me 50 G's. Not tax deductible. Just giving it away.
There's
right?
100 grand to make to.
Yeah, got to make 100 grand to give away 50 grand. Fucked up. Anyway, it's exciting. I want people to learn. I want people to grow. If they can be 1% better from each episode that we've ever done together, that's my fucking community service. I'm happy with that.
And make sure your account's on private, otherwise we can't
Yeah,
see
we
it.
can't fucking share it because we need to share it so people know it's real, right? Like,
Can Jackson please resend another video? Remember Jackson the
oh,
tradie?
he was a legend in the hairnet, that guy. Yeah, he was a cracker. And Casey and Lenny, that one, lovely people. So that's the gig. That's what you got to do. Obviously, you can go along the way as each episode drops, but it won't be judged until after all of them are dropped. And then we will do a formal announcement on the 1st of March, because obviously everyone will have the holidays through Jan into Feb, back to school and work. 1st of March, we'll do a tiny little pod together, pump it out. We'll be calling winners live on FaceTime and shit, I guess, or socials, and we'll give away 50 Gs on top of the other 10 Gs and 12 UPW tickets and a partridge in a pear tree. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New
Love
Year.
it.
Let's go.
G-Man.
A big shout out to our main podcast sponsor that's made this podcast possible, view.com.au. For anyone over the Christmas period that wants to get a better understanding of what their property's worth, maybe you want to look about upsizing or downsizing your family home, or even search for your next investment, definitely look at view.com.au. Thank you for supporting us with this episode. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another Both Sides podcast. Just want to say a big thank you for the support up until now. If you've got value from the episode, could you please go like and follow us on the social platforms, for example, Spotify and YouTube, as that will help us continue to get better quality guests. Bye for now.